Hello everybody, Ketshi1383 with Ketshi Gaming. So today, February 7th, was Disney's fourth quarter earnings call. And on top of that, they had an announcement where they were investing $1.5 billion into Epic in order to start making video game content. Now, let's not forget that Disney once had Disney Interactive closed down in 2016 because it wasn't making enough money. It was making money, just not enough. Now, let's not forget that under good old Bob's watch here, he closed down Disney Interactive. And Lucas Gaming, also under his watch, was shut down. Not one, but two game studios. One being world-renowned and known across, well, like I said, the world. With several games like Monkey Island, Indiana Jones, and they started making all their own Star Wars games. And he shut them down. And he's suddenly coming to the realization that gaming is much bigger than he thought it was. I mean, this is information that isn't new. We've known this for years, that gaming is much larger than theaters and television and cable. And during his earnings call, he was astounded by the numbers he was shown by Epic Games about how much time people spend in front of the screen, millennials, Generation Zers, and Alphas. The data has been there for years. Let's listen to some clips of this. I had to cut some of it out because I was watching it with people who didn't know how to, not talk, so all you could hear is them over talking what Bob says. You're not missing out on much, but I did have to cut out part of them because they just blew out Bob Iger when he was speaking. And I just thought it was annoying. So you're going to get little snippets with maybe some slight interruptions, but you're not missing anything.
Showed me were demographic trends. And when I saw Gen Z and Gen Alpha and even millennials, and I saw the amount of time they were spending in terms of their total media screen time on video games, it was stunning to me. And the conclusion I reached was we have to be there, and we have to be there as soon as we possibly can in a very compelling way. We knew through our relationship with Fortnite that there was already success when some of our characters and franchises were expressed or showed up in Fortnite. And we knew Tim Sweeney at Epic because he was involved in our accelerator program, I think in 2017. And so I met with Tim, and Josh and his team started a discussion about what if we create a gigantic Disney world a la Fortnite that could live next to Fortnite and be completely interconnected with it. A world where people could play games that we create, could create their own games, could watch. You can imagine the creation of short-form videos, or we may even use the platform to actually distribute some of our content.
So there you have it. Bob said they have to be there. They have to be there as soon as they can. Well, Bob, if you didn't sell Disney Interactive, you would have been, a good chunk of the way there, along with LucasArts, I might add. So it's hard to, categorize this. This is a man chasing trends, and he's way behind in said trends. From that clip, he wants to make a live service game, more or less, something similar to, let's say, a Fortnite combined with Roblox, maybe with a little bit of YouTube in there. And I don't think he realizes how ambitious that is. And I thinks the Disney name is going to carry so much weight that it will succeed. Now, I'm sure Epic will do their hardest in order to get this to work, probably forcing several people to crunch, especially when he says, I want to get the game out there as soon as possible, or service in this case, and that does not bode well, considering development for a lot of games, indie or otherwise, range in 3 to 5 years. And we've seen games that have been in development for 3 years and haven't turned out all that great. He's not going to be able to get it there as soon as possible. I don't think he realizes this. He is so woefully under informed or educated on development of electronics, or I should say video games, and or even software for all that matter. And like, I'll reiterate the whole, closing down of Disney Interactive as well as LucasArts. Now, this really shouldn't come as a surprise, considering there's been rumors that he's wanted to, I shouldn't say he, I should say Disney more or less, wanted to possibly buy a video game studio, after they closed theirs, to sort of get back up and running in a faster pace than having to start a whole new studio all over again. But they were looking at EA, according to rumor, which I don't think would have bode well if they did that. But another part of this is Bob went and said something not exactly that intelligent, which is par for the course for Bob. So let's listen to this next clip. It's about Bob talking about licensing out some of their properties.
Successful for us was the license, and in fact, we've licensed, I think, $9 billion franchises, including the Spider-Man franchise, which is the most successful video game last year.
So there you have it. Good old Bob there, saying that Spider-Man 2 was the most successful game of last year. Just shows how woefully uninformed he is in terms of the gaming environment. It wasn't even the second most successful game, or the third. It came in at fourth at best, which maybe not even with that. And some sites, depending on who you look at, seem to not be able to do math right. They put Spider-Man 2 at third with 5 million copies sold, and put Tears of the Kingdom at fourth with 19.5 million copies sold. Unless that list just wasn't actually ranked, but they put Hogwarts Legacy at the top. They're at number 1, considering so far, until numbers are released for the fourth quarter, was the most sold game in 2023. And we have no idea about Baldur's Gate because they didn't release their numbers either. The point is, we can see that good old Bob here hasn't a clue in regards to what he's talking about. He's making terrible decisions. He's chasing trends. He thinks that the Disney name is, or I should say, I speculate that he thinks the Disney name will propel any software that is released into success. So I'm not saying this is a unviable business partnership. I think it could actually potentially work. I mean, look at Kingdom Hearts. That worked. Although I'm sort of getting the impression that you're seeing declining returns with the Kingdom Hearts series. I could be wrong on that. I'm pretty sure Kingdom Hearts 3 sold pretty well in comparison to 1 and 2, but gaming was a much bigger space by the time the third one came out, so it's really hard to compare. I mean, I could go on about Kingdom Hearts and that the third one sort of got rid of one of the reasons why I wanted to play Kingdom Hearts to begin with, and that was the lack of Final Fantasy characters and the emphasis on Disney characters this time around. I mean, it's more than just that. I think I have a review for it out there somewhere. It's been a while. Now, could they make a game that's Disney-esque, sort of, I guess, Fortnite-ish? I don't think they would go with a whole combat setting. Maybe they would. I don't know. And I'm doubting they'd be able to accomplish making games. I could already sense the feature creep slowly inching its way into this service, and it's just going to be unwieldy if they don't keep it in check. I mean, they want to add a store where they can get to their physical items, not just in store digital items, along with putting some of their content on there. I don't think he understands anything about gaming. You're not going to be able to put on a YouTube ish sort of attachment to a game. It's not how it works. That's why they have YouTube. There's no way you would be able to compete with that. Something drastic would have to happen to YouTube before anything of the sort would even be a viable or even a smart idea to attempt. And then there's the whole entire Roblox esque sort of comment he made. Again, there's a lot of competition in that field, and I don't think Disney can pull it off. I don't think they realize how diminished the Disney brand has become at this point. It's kind of like Field of Dreams. If you build it, they will come sort of mentality. But no, I mean, in conclusion, it's clear that Bob is chasing trends. Trends that he failed to see a long, long time ago. Trends that have been occurring even before 2016 when he canceled the Disney Infinity series as well as closing down the studio, which, yes, I keep mentioning, but I'm going to keep harping on that because now he has to play catch up, and by the time he plays catch up, trends are already going to be changing. Live services have become saturated and are already out of the door in some respects. And I guarantee you, if he puts anything out in the next 2 to 3 years, it's not going to be good. And there's going to be a lot of epic developers, programmers, artists who are just going to absolutely suffer. It's just going to turn into this revolving door of employees to muscle this thing out. I mean, I'm guessing Epic is laughing all the way to the bank with $1.5 billion. Yes, it's a stake in the company, but it's not enough to take over the company. Anyways, if you made it this far, thank you for watching and have a good one.